Warning: the video you're about to watch is a disorganized mess. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I have so much more fun when I'm standing. I should stand more often. Hello. My name is Allison. And we're going to be doing my 2023 reading wrap-up, as well as a few other things at the same time in this one video. Hopefully it won't be an hour long, because even when I do a quick video, it tends to be 25 minutes long, which to me doesn't feel like a quick video. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna get into it, my 2023 reading wrap-up and other things. Let's go. To start things off, I wanted to do a quick December wrap-up because I don't have time to do a separate December wrap-up, and I really didn't read that many things in December, so it's not going to take very long to do. Let me find the books. Oh, I have all the books that I read this year that I still own, all organized. Well, not organized, they're just pulled out separate from my shelf, so I can find them if I want to talk about them. Anyway, we're going to just do a quick December wrap-up. I read 3 books in December. Let's find them. First book I read in December. Well, actually, this is the second book I read in December, but the first book I read in December I don't have anymore. Well, I still own it. I just lent it to my friend, but we'll talk about it after we talk about this book because I've already pulled out this book. Anyway, I'm rambling. Nothing to See Here by Kevin Wilson. I read this month. I don't really have many thoughts on it. I gave it a 4. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. It was interesting. It's about a woman, and her friend asks her to basically be a nanny for her stepchildren, who just so happened to burst into flames randomly. And I don't know, it was a good time. It had a lot of interesting things to say, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I had fun. It was fun. It was funny. It was thought-provoking. It was interesting. I had a good time. 4 stars. Next, we're going to talk about Babel, however you say it. I read this month, finally. This took the entirety of my brain to comprehend. I read for fun, not to learn things. But that doesn't mean I don't like learning things while I'm reading. Just usually when I'm reading, it's to unwind and I don't have to think, and this book made me think a lot. I had to listen to the audiobook while I was reading along to be able to follow along with what was happening. And yeah, the audiobook was very good. Like, one of the best audiobooks I think I've ever listened to. The narrators were amazing. I liked that there was one narrator for like the bulk of the story, and then the second narrator was for the footnotes, and you could distinctly tell who was talking. And I think more books need to do that. Books with footnotes need to have a separate narrator for said footnotes, because sometimes when you're listening to an audiobook and there's footnotes, it's just the same narrator and there's no like noise or anything indicating when there's footnotes, when they're reading a footnote and not like the story. So I loved that this book had a separate narrator for the footnotes. Yeah, this book, man, is it dense. It took me maybe like 10 days to read this, which surprised me. I thought I was going to be reading this all through the month of December and into January, because it's over 500 pages, I think. I don't remember. And it's very, very dense. And my brain is not used to actually thinking while I'm reading, so it was exhausting. But it was very good. It was so good. The writing was really good. I liked the characters. I liked that they weren't perfect. I like reading about an unlikable character. Yeah, 4 stars. I gave it 4 stars. I can see why everybody loves it. It just wasn't exactly for me because it made me too tired. It just made me exhausted and it made me angry. It made me angry and exhausted and yeah. But it was good. It was so good. Yeah, very good. Anyway, yeah. We're gonna move on to a different book. In the book, the third book I read in December. Well, technically it was the first book I read in December. Was Lovelight Farms by, I don't remember the author, but I'll put a picture of the cover here. That's why my hand is like this. Anyway, Lovelight Farms, I gave it 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It was exactly what I wanted from a romance. Low drama, cute, just the right amount of spice, not too much, not too little. Interesting characters, fun characters, just a good time, just light, low drama, a good time. That's what I like. I hate when I'm reading a romance, I just want to have a good time. I don't want drama. I don't want drama. I just want a good time. So I liked that. Lovely Farms was very low drama. There was a tiny bit of drama, but it wasn't like the bulk of the book. Like it was mostly focused on the romance, which was good. Yeah, I'm currently lending it to my friend, so that's why I don't have it. But yeah, I give it 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to continue in the series. Anyway, that was my December wrap up. Oh wait, shoot. Just kidding, that wasn't the end of my December wrap up. I forgot the book that I'm currently in the middle of. Man, this video is a mess. That's okay. It's the end of the year. I'm allowed to be a mess. Yeah, I'm currently in the middle of Sisters of Sword and Song by Rebecca Ross. I am 150 pages in. I'm liking it. Okay. I'm just not in a particularly reading mood at the moment. Sorry, there's weird shadows that keep going over me. It is a gloomy day. It has been a gloomy week. But anyway, yeah. I'm currently in the middle of Sisters of Sword and Song, 150 pages. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm not loving it. I'm not hating it. It's YA, so I'm just kind of meh about the whole thing. But it's Rebecca Ross, so I'm sure I'll enjoy it eventually. Maybe. Things are starting to pick up now, so hopefully that's a good sign. But yeah, that was my December wrap up. Now we're gonna get on to my yearly wrap up. I've got some stats and a couple fun little prompts. They're not that fun, but they're prompts. Anyway, let's get on with it. Okay. I read 56 books this year. My Goodreads goal was 50, and I managed to read 56, which is pretty good for me, honestly. There was a time when I could only read like 20 books a year, so 56 is really great. I'm never going to be one of those people that reads like 200 plus books in a single year. It's never going to be me, and that's okay. I'm a slow reader. There's no problem with that. Sometimes I take like week-long breaks in between reading a book. Like with Babel, I had to not read anything for like at least 4 days. So yeah. Yeah, so 56 is pretty good, especially since I had 2 months this year where I didn't read a single thing. So yeah, that's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. For me, it's good. Yeah. I still own 35 of those 56 books. Oh, why'd I put I didn't read Jade City this year. I don't know why I included it. That was last year. Anyway, who cares? So technically, I still own 34 of the books that I read this year. And according to Goodreads, my average rating was a 4.1 out of 5 stars, which that's pretty good. 4 is good. I think most of the books I read this year were a 4 or a 5. There were a couple 3s, a couple 2s, maybe a 1, a couple DNFs that I did not rate. Anyway, yeah, those are the stats. There's not too many of them because stats are boring. And you probably don't care. Anyway, let's move on to the little prompts that I wrote down. If you're wondering, tea I'm drinking today is oolong with a bit of honey, and yes, it has caffeine, even though caffeine is my mortal enemy, but I have a headache, and, sometimes you need a little caffeine. Anyway, let's get on with these prompts. I found them on a random Tumblr post. Anybody else still using Tumblr? I sure am. Even though I'm 31. Anyway, yeah. There was maybe like 25 questions in the whole thing, and I picked 6 out of the 25 because some of them were questions I already answered in my stats, and some of them I just didn't want to answer because I didn't have an answer, and some of them were boring. Anyway, okay, we're gonna go on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna start. We're gonna get to it. Okay. First prompt that I wrote down and I answered is, did I discover any new favorite authors? And yes I did. I did discover a couple new favorite authors. Rebecca Ross, new favorite author. I read 4.5 books this year by Rebecca Ross. I impatiently waiting for my copy of Ruthless Vows to arrive in my mailbox. I was told it was going to be here today. Now I'm told that it's not going to be here till Tuesday. Anyway, Rebecca Ross. Olivia Atwater, also new favorite author. What I consider a new favorite author for me, someone who I've read 3 or more books of, and I gave the majority of them 5 stars. So yeah, Olivia Atwater. I gave the first 2 books in the Half a Soul trilogy, the Regency Fairy series, 5 stars, and the third one I gave 4 stars, or like 4.5. Rebecca Ross, these 3 were all 5 stars. Dreams Lie Beneath, I gave a 4 star. And Sisters of Sword and Song, it kind of feeling like a 4 star right now, but who knows, it could waver. So yeah, 2 new favorite authors. Oh, also, I think we'll also include Fonda Lee. Yeah, because I read 4 books by her, and all 5 stars, so she's a new favorite too. Okay, we're gonna move on to another prompt. Sorry there's like weird shadows on me. I have my overhead light on because it's crappy weather today. So if you're annoyed by the shadows, you just have to deal with it. I'm dealing with it. Okay. Favorite new release of 2023 is the next question, and let's see. Divine Rivals, that came out this year. 5 stars, absolutely loved it. And Hiding Behind the Lights, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, that came out this year too. Okay, I saved it, it's fine. Alright. think that was it. Well, maybe we'll go with Amina Al-Sarafi too, The Adventures of Amina Al-Sarafi. I think that's it for new releases this year. Or maybe Last Tale of the Flower Bride was also very good. I also really liked that. It looks like I'm pointing to an Emily Henry book, but I'm not. Anyway, next prompt. Most overhyped book. Okay. This one I didn't know what to pick, because it could have been an overhyped book that I still enjoyed, or just a book that I thought was bad, in my opinion, which everyone seems to love, and I went with the latter. Assistant to the Villain. I absolutely hated it. I thought it was a waste of my time. If you like it, I'm happy for you, because I didn't. I did not enjoy Assistant to the Villain. I thought it was a waste of my time. And that's that. I think it's very overhyped. I don't understand it, but okay. We're gonna move on. Okay. Most surprising read is the next one. And we're gonna go with, here it is, The Hanging City. If you've watched my wrap up, you know the reasons why this was a surprise. And if you've read the book and didn't read the synopsis like me, you know the reasons why this was a surprise. Anyway, yeah, this was actually one of my favorite reads of this year. Very good. Loved it a lot. It was a surprise. A delight. But yeah, I didn't exactly have high hopes for Love Life Arms, and I ended up really loving it. So yeah, it was a surprise. A delightful surprise. Books I didn't get around to this year. A couple that are recommendations from my best friend, and I feel bad that I haven't read them yet, but A History of Wild Places by Shay Earnshaw. It's over there on my shelf. I don't feel like getting it. Just Like Home by Sarah Gailey. Hold on, let me. Yes, Sarah Gailey. I'm sorry, my energy is draining despite my tea. Okay. My reading plans for 2024. Let's see. I'll probably set my reading goal to 50 again, because that seems like a reasonable, realistic goal for me personally. And with reading, I don't like to push myself. Reading is for enjoyment, and I don't want it to become something I don't enjoy anymore. So 50 books is my goal for next year. And next year, I've decided, is going to be the year of rereads. I did a video months and months ago about all the books I want to reread. So yeah, I'm gonna try and tackle those books this year. Things like The Raven Cycle, I want to reread that. The Poppy War, so I can continue in the series. Bear the Nightingale, so I can continue in the series. Maybe the Shiver trilogy by Maggie Stiefvater as well. Also, you know, my typical yearly rereads, Howl's Moving Castle and Scorpio Races. And yeah, what else am I gonna reread next year? Oh, I need to reread The Witchlands by Susan Dennard. Yeah, because I've forgotten everything that happened in that series. And the final book is coming out next year or the year after, eventually. So I need to do a reread of those. Yeah, and there's like a couple classics that I would like to reread. Some Jane Austen, Jane Eyre. Yeah, so I'm gonna make it the year of rereads, and hopefully not spend as much money on books as I did this year. Well, most of that went to Fairy Loot. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, and you know, I'm gonna DNF more. If I'm not feeling a book, I'm gonna just give up on it. even if I'm trying to get through the whole series, I'm just gonna give up on it. Because I tried to read the whole Witcher series this year, if you were unaware. Well, I tried to finish it this year. I started it 2 years ago, last year, maybe the year before. I don't remember. I started it a while ago. And this year was the year that I was going to finish it because the new season of the show was coming out and I was going to finish the series and then rewatch the show. And I ended up really absolutely hating almost every book in that series. And I was forcing myself through the last book and I ended up putting myself in a huge reading slump. And I haven't even watched the show yet. I tried rewatching season 1. I got maybe 2 minutes into it and I said, nah, I'm not feeling this anymore. I really, really don't care. But anyway, DNF more. Try and read more books out of my comfort zone. My plans for 2024 is I'm going to read. Final thoughts. It was a very good reading year for me. Reading year. Not much of anything else. It was a good reading year. Yeah. That's about it. I found some new favorites. I got some new favorite authors. Yeah. Yeah. That's that, I suppose. I hope you all had a good reading year. I hope you have a good reading year next year. I hope you have a good general year next year. Yeah. I guess that's that. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Leave a comment if you want, leave a like if you want, subscribe if you want. You don't have to do any of those things, but it is appreciated if you do. Yeah. Here's to 2024. Thank you for watching. See you next year. This whole video was a mess. Did you like my song?